We've all been in relationships where we just wish the other person would change, where things weren't going the way that we wanted. So what can we do to change these dynamics? Hi, I'm Dr. Sharon Grossman. I'm a psychologist and success coach, and I'm here today to share with you some tips on what to do, how to navigate these kinds of difficulties in your relationships. One thing we know is that we can't change the other person. So sometimes we try to convince them and motivate them, maybe even suggest that they go to therapy to work on their stuff. But at the end of the day, what they do is up to them. And the same is true for you. Let's talk about what you can do even when your partner doesn't do their share, doesn't work on themselves. So imagine that your partner comes up to you and they're really mad at you. You could then get mad and start to defend your position, or you could take a step back and ask yourself, what's really going on here? Why are they upset? What do they need right now? And recognize that sometimes when people have a reaction, it's not because of whatever it is that they're presenting. That might often be a surface issue. There might be something else going on underneath. If you know your partner well, and it doesn't have to be just with your partner, it can be with your boss, your coworkers, your friends, your family members. If the person that you are talking to is somebody you know something about, ask yourself, what do I know about this person? Why might they be having this reaction, and what might be behind it? So I just worked with a client this morning who mentioned that in his relationship, he sometimes feels really attacked, and in order to be supportive of his partner, he needs to then take a time out. He needs to work on de-escalating his own anger before he can be supportive of his partner, who's actually the one instigating this conversation because he's angry about something. So what did we talk about? We talked about how instead of interpreting the situation as, well, how dare he be angry and I need to defend my position, and then himself getting angry, to really stop and ask himself, like, what is actually going on? I know that when my partner comes to me, what he really needs is for me to hug him, but I'm not able to do that because I get so angry and I need that time out. So instead, I can ask myself, like, if this isn't really about me, if it's really about him needing the reassurance or him knowing that I'm not going anywhere, even when he's angry, I can just be calm and take whatever comes at me with ease. So recognize that oftentimes when somebody is coming at you, it's really not about you. And that sometimes there's a fear underlying their behavior. So, for example, the client that I was working with this morning, his partner has some insecurities about abandonment. He keeps thinking that his partner's going to leave him. He keeps worrying that he doesn't love him enough. And when we are stuck in that mindset, we sometimes sabotage. And if you're the person who's dealing with that and you're not aware of this pattern, you might fall into this loop with this person, and then they're going to be able to, quote unquote, be successful and sabotage the relationship and then say, see, I told you were going to leave me. But instead, you can actually change these dynamics by saying, like, I know that he struggles with insecurities. So rather than actually feed into this self-sabotaging pattern, I'm going to show him that I really do care. I'm going to show him that it's okay for him to be angry and that I'm not going to go anywhere. And when you do that, you recognize that it's really not about you, then you can be nice and calm. And when you are present in that way, it's going to change the entire dynamic, because even if they're angry, it's going to help them de-escalate. It's going to help them feel safe. It's going to help to create more trust in your relationships. So consider what you can do. And this is easier said than done, surely, but if you have this in mind and you are mindful of doing this every time you're in that challenging situation, maybe you won't get it the first time or the second time, but if you keep coming back to this idea, then eventually it will happen. And the more you do it, the more plants the more seeds you're planting with your partner or with your coworker or with your boss or anybody that you're in a relationship with. that you can handle it, that you're there for them, that you are hearing what they have to say, which is so important because we all want to be heard. We all have needs and we want other people to understand us. So give that to the people that you care about because it will not only help them, but it will also help you. Once again, I am Dr. Sharon Grossman. I hope you found this tip helpful. And for other helpful tips, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel or check out my website, coachingsharon.com. Until next time, take care.